Hi, and welcome back to another video. My name is Alex on behalf of Plugin Alliance. In this demonstration, I want to show you some tips and tricks on using the Brainworx BX Delay 2500. Let's begin.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up. We're tuning to a new frequency, defining a new reality. Behind us.
The Brainworx BX Delay 2500 is not just a typical delay, but it gives you some creative features, such as ducking, modulation, distortion, MS, and transient shaper. Now, while we're not going to cover every single feature on this plugin, I do encourage you to download a fully functional demo from pluginalliance.com after the video, and I'll leave a link below on the video description. But the BX Delay 2500 has features that you would find in other delays that are common to using a delay, such as time, feedback, panning, high pass and low pass filters. And when you instantiate the BX delay as its default setting, you're going to notice that the wet solo is enabled. But since we're using this across our vocal group, we're going to disengage that and use the dry wet controls instead. We're going to start somewhere around 10%. We're also going to engage sync so that our time is synchronized with our session tempo. I personally like to use the high pass and low pass filters starting at 300 Hertz up to 4K, and this is going to be our good starting point. Okay, so let's listen to that in context of our vocal group. Here we go.
Get up. Wake up.
Okay, so we have some delay. However, I feel that the timing is a little bit too fast. And the reason for that is because when you pay attention to the vocal performance, there's these gaps in between. So what we want to do is we want to apply the delay between those gaps. So for this, we're going to increase our time to half notes, and let's check that out.
Get up. Wake up.
Okay, very good. The next thing we want to do is we want to apply MS stereo width. So we're going to increase this somewhere around 120 and 130%.
Get up.
Nice.
Wake up.
Likewise, we want to apply some distortion because this is a reggae dub song. And for that, we have a distortion module that can be set to two modes. Type 1, which is more of a saturation, and Type 2, which is more of distortion. So for this, we're going to use Type 1, use the shape to the right, which is going to make it brighter, and bring the mix down a little bit.
Get up. Wake up.
You can also go really old school lo-fi here by using 12 or 8-bit. But in this demonstration, we're going to leave that alone. All right, let's play around with our modulation setting. We have two types, chorus and flanger. And this is going to be applied to the delayed tail. So if I increase the feedback, you're going to hear that modulation applied to the delayed tail. Check it out.
Get up. Wake up.
Slow down the speed and the mix.
Frequency. Reality.
Okay, very good. So let's play this in context with our song.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up. We're tuning to a new frequency, defining a new reality. Closing the doors behind us, removing the self within us.
Okay, very good. So this is how you can use the VX delay on a vocal group, especially if you have those vocal gaps in between. But what if you don't have vocal gaps? What if you have the constant performance of the vocalist and you have to kind of duck the delay underneath? Well, there is a ducking feature. And the way this works is that this is a built-in sidechain. So for example, when you're hearing the radio and you hear a radio broadcaster, as soon as they start speaking, whatever noise or music gets pushed down really low in volume. And in essence, that's what this is, this ducking module. So we're using it here on the lead vocals, which is this track right here. And on the lead vocals, we're using the dry and wet as well with 8%. On the left side, we're using quarter note. On the right side, we're using eighth note triplet. The feedback is set pretty low. We got modulation, no distortion, and we're using the ducking. So without the ducking, this is what the delay sounds like.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up.
Sounds very chaotic. In fact, the delay is getting in the way of the performance. But by using the ducking, I can bring down the volume of the delay when the vocal is performing. So I can bring this down somewhere around -20 and -30 dB. And then the release is how fast that delay is going to appear. So we're going to set this somewhere around 500 milliseconds. Let's check it out.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up.
Now you're definitely going to hear this if I crank up the feedback. Check it out.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up. We're tuning.
All right, let's take it easy there. So by using the ducking module, you can apply this directly on the vocal track, keeping the dry-wet control somewhere around 10, 9, maybe 8%, and then using the ducking module to keep the delay in the background whenever the vocalist is performing. Great, now that you understand how this works, let's check this out in context one more time, and then we'll sign out. Again, my name is Alex. On behalf of Plugin Alliance, be sure to hit subscribe, like, and share, and leave me your comments below.
Pick up your mat and get up. Open your eyes and wake up. We're tuning to a new frequency, defining a new reality. Closing the doors behind us, removing the self within us. Heart to heart, our joining is strong. Together is where we belong.